Hello guys, and welcome to a new 17th Division 2 video today by me, Eugen. In this one I have for you a preview of the 17th Divisioona, a new division available in the upcoming Men of Steel DLC. As a disclaimer, Eugen has given me free access to the DLC, so a big thanks to them. Also, please remember this was recorded on a preview build, so what you see may be subject to change. If you'd like to read the description on the right hand side, feel free to pause the video and take a look, but we're going to be jumping straight on in. So this is a Finnish-Swedish division. It has both Finnish and Swedish units in it, which is really cool. So let's jump into the Recon tab and get this underway. Recon tab is rather underwhelming. It comes first of all with, of course, a sidecar. The WLA, 6 available in A, 12 available in B. This is even worse than usual because it doesn't have radio. So there you go. Then we have the Kevos. This is a 9 strength squad with 3 Suomi and the 6 SVTs. Actually a pretty solid recon squad. 3 available in A, 6 available in B, and 9 available in C. Does come with the AT satchel as well. And yeah, with veterancy, these things can actually punch above their weight quite significantly. There's also 2 cards available of the classic Taka Ampuja. These guys are incredibly strong. 2 sniper squads, or 2 sniper squads at 2 vet have always historically been incredibly good in Steel Division 2, and there's 2 cards available of them here, so 2 available in A, 4 available in B, and 6 available in C. Let's move straight on to the infantry tab. So first of all we have the Prikatilainen, which is a 9 strength disheartened squad, which comes with 3 Suomi submachine guns, which is actually really scary for a disheartened squad at 15 points. Like, this can do some serious damage at close range. So very tempting to bring these in. Yeah, 3 submachine guns, 5 rifles, and a DP. So they also have a machine gun. Again, another really good thing for a disheartened squad. Yeah, 12 available in A, 24 in B, 36 in C is really fantastic availability. Coming in the Ford AA. 2 cards available of these as well. Next up we have the Kari. These guys are available 9 in A and 18 in B. They have 3 Suomi and the 6 SVTs, so similar to the Kevos, but they have the Molotov, which actually makes them very, very good at close range, particularly with this submachine gun. 65% accuracy, 150 meter range. Means they absolutely slap at close range, especially even closer than 150 meter range because the accuracy scales up very nicely. But yeah, otherwise, decent availability, solid squad, versatile with the Panzerfaust there as well. Then we have the Kivari. These guys are 3 Suomi once again, 5 rifles, DP, more of your standard line infantry, and 6 available in A, 12 available in B, 18 available in C, forced to come in at 1 vet, but 4 cards available of these total. Then we have the Kivari leader. These guys have 1 Suomi, 3 rifles, 4 strength squad with the Panzerfaust, 3 available in A, 6 available in B, and 9 available in C. Radio trait is there, which is useful for sure. Then we have the Lahito Junta, 6 available in A, 9 available in B. 7 strength squad, 2 submachine guns, 4 rifles, and the Lati with the TNT as well. So it can act as both a early game unit for sniping enemy transports and killing light armor, half tracks and such, but also as a sort of TNT unit which can trade with enemy units. So not a terrible unit whatsoever, but something that often gets left out just generally due to availability. So only 6 available in A and 9 available in B at no vet. Then we have the Pioneri. These guys are 6 available in A, 12 available B, and 18 available in C. For a Pioneer unit, this is higher than usual availability, which does make them relatively nice for trading up with the HE TNT. They obviously also have the AT grenade, so that can come in handy. But their rifles, and only the fact they only have rifles, kind of makes these lackluster compared to other Pioneer units. That's something to definitely consider. Then we have the first of the Swedish units, the 17. These guys are a fanatical squad, so 3 Suomi, 5 rifles and a DT. In this case, the DT can join the Suomi in fighting at close range, which is really, really nice combination. You can get 6 of these in Phase A, 12 in Phase B, and 18 in Phase C. So availability is not too bad, but you're forced to bring them in at 1 vet. Yeah, fanatical trait means that they cannot be surrendered, and 9 strength there. Very, very nice. For 20 points, a really, really solid squad, and you get 4 cards available of those. Next up, we have the Pioneer leader. These guys are 2 submachine guns, 1 rifle, smoke grenade, so only a 3 strength leader, which is not something that I personally prefer too much because they can kind of get one shot by like straight artillery. But otherwise, 3 available in A, 6 available in B. And we have the 17TH Divisioona. These guys are pretty incredible. 7 Suomis with the Lati Saloranta, which is an automatic rifle, which means it can be used within 100 meter range. And they also have the HE bundle grenade. For 25 points, these are ridiculous and incredibly strong. They have fanatical trait, which means they cannot be surrendered, and they have shock trait, which means that they take less damage within 100 meters range. So 6 available in A, 12 available in B, and 18 available in C is also incredibly good availability. Everything about this squad is really, really good. And honestly, for a long time, like, Finnish divisions had been surpassed by newer divisions in terms of infantry strength. But this certainly puts the Finnish, or in this case the Swedish, on the map in terms of close range infantry capability. Yeah, incredibly strong. Let's move on. Oh, actually, let's not forget the 17TH leader. These guys are a fanatical leader, 4 strength with an AT satchel. Not the best loadout, honestly, like 1 submachine gun, 4 rifles, AT satchel, 3 available in A, 6 available in B, 9 available in C, but it is a radio trait leader, which is good. Fanatical trait doesn't really matter because you don't have that many men. So there you go. Moving on to the tank tab. Tank tab's pretty light. T26s available in only Phase A, but are good tanks for trading up. For 20 points, they can kill medium tanks with 75 mils of penetration, so that's always nice. But yeah, only 8 available in Phase A, but no vet. There's also the option of the Sturmy, which again is only available in Phase A. And I say it's an option, you're going to bring both of these, it just depends what vet you'll bring them at. In this case, you can get pretty good veterancy curve on the Sturmy, so you might want to up-vet them. But having more availability could also be something you want to rely on. Moving on to the support tab, we have first of all the Sotapoliisi. These guys are 4 strength Suomi squad, military police, intended to be working with the Prika Tilainen here. These guys are your disheartened boys, so these are military police are there to keep them in line. For 10 points, you know, 4 Suomis is not a terrible loadout, but availability in B and C is somewhat lacking, as it only goes up to 6 and 8. I kind of wish that you had a bit more availability of these on a card. They would make them way more useful to use, honestly. The machine gun you can bring in, we've got Maxims, we've got the disheartened variant here, 8 available in A, 16 available in B, and 24 in C. 1000 meter range machine gun. And then you've got the fanatical version, which is 25 points cost. 6 available in A, 12 available in B, and 18 available in C, but that's because they're forced to come in at 1 vet. But that fanatical trait, you know, it could be useful, but generally you're going to be engaging with these at range, so it's not like crazy difference. I mean, the main thing is that they will take less suppression than the disheartened, because the disheartened trait makes them take more suppression. But it just depends whether or not that's worth 5 points. There is 3 cards available of the Ford AA supply truck. 10,000 supply in these, 2, 4, 6 availability. The BT-42 makes another appearance. A very interesting tank, that's for sure. 4 available in A, 8 available in B. Comes with an awesome 114mm gun. which has both HE shells, which have 6.1 damage, which is significant at a decent range there. 4,000 meter range? I'll be right. I'm pretty sure no gun in the game has more than 2,000, unless this has been changed. And then flame rounds. Flame rounds are incredibly strong. It says 5.7 damage, but it does leave napalm on the ground, which does do damage over time. So these can actually kill tanks quite well with that flame round. It is still a thing. It used to be much worse in that you could use like 3 flame rounds from these BT-42s and kill like enemy IS-2s. Now it probably takes like 5 shots as opposed to like 3 shots, but it's still possible, I think, to do rather consistently. It just obviously how many BT-42s do you want to throw at the enemy? They aren't exactly like crazy cheap. So do bear that in mind. Bit of the tempo is one of your options for a command. There's also the sidecar variant and of course the infantry variant for commander. Now this commander is actually really nice because it's a 12 strength commander on the ground, which is better than usual, that's for sure. Moving on to the anti-tank tab, there's actually quite a lot of interesting little squads here, but first of all we have the Lati squad, 4 strength anti-tank rifle squad with 2 Latis. Now this is actually a really strong setup for an AT squad. You got the 2 submachine guns, 2 anti-tank rifles, means they can consistently take out transports and light armored vehicles. They also have smoke to keep themselves safe. 6 available in A, 8 available in B, and 12 available in C, forced to come in at 1 bet. Then we have the Prekatil Pansari Kalhu. I'm probably completely butchering that one, but either way it's a Panzerstrike squad. 4 available in A, 8 available in B, and 12 available in C. They are pretty solid, of course. I mean, it's just your standard Panzerstrikes. Then you got the Swedish version of the dual Lati squad. These guys are pretty much exactly the same as the other Lati squad, but they have fanatical trait. So you probably almost want to bring the Swedish version, almost always want to bring the Swedish version over the Finnish version because of that fanatical trait, because you're not exactly paying more for it. Then there is the other Panzerstrike squads. Oh yeah, these ones of course are disarmed, I must point that out, which for a Panzerstrike squad it can be a problem because obviously you want to have that 90% accuracy, and if you are pinned very quickly then that actually will drop much faster. So you probably want to kind of rely more on these ones that won't suffer from suppression as quickly. But 4 available in A, 8 available in B, and 12 available in C. The nice thing about these, of course, is they're only 15 points. Anyway, moving on, we got the 45mm Russian gun, the M42. 6 available in A, 9 available in B, and 12 available in C. And with the 75mm AP shell, but no APCR. Also get the HE shell. So good for killing off light armor and maybe supporting against infantry. Very cheap as well. Then we have the Swedish Junta, 1 submachine gun, 9 rifles, and the Panzerstrike. Like 10 strength Panzerstrike squad with fanatical trait. It's pretty good. 4 available in B or A, 8 available in B, and 12 available in C. Much better than the standard one. Honestly, this fanatical trait makes them worth choosing almost every time. Well, yeah, for sure. Like, it's just there for free. So always take the fanatical trait if it costs the same. But otherwise, the Finnish variant, the standard Junta. And then there is a card of Pack 40s available in Phase A and Phase B. Going to be quite reliant on these, especially in Phase B, to cover your self against enemy tanks. Do get the APCR, the 190mm APCR. AP rounds 145mm at 1750 meter range, and the HE of course there. Let's move on to the anti-air. In the anti-air tab we have the Quad Maxim truck available. These come 6 in A, 9 in B, and 12 in C. I think these potentially are going to get a buff in this DLC, so do bear that in mind. But yeah, otherwise, quad maxim. Then there's the 20mm. This is the Breda on back of a truck. The Breda is actually a pretty good 20mm, and it does have AP shells, so it can deal with light armored vehicles and light armored tanks if they come into line of sight. But otherwise, it is completely unarmored, so we'll get killed by light arms fire, so bear that in mind. 8 available in, 4 available in A, 8 available in B. There is access to the vehicle tin. Vehicle tin, very reliable AA for 60 points. Twin 20mm, which is really strong. So 4 available in A, 8 available in B, and 12 available in C is going to be one of your primary options here in the anti-air tab. There's also the 40mm with just standard HE because it's just a Bofors. 3 available in A, 6 available in B, and 9 available in C. And then we have the Vickers 75 available as well. 2 available in A, 4 available in B, and 6 available in C. Comes with the 145mm penetration AP rounds with 40% accuracy at 1,750 meter range if you need to use it against ground targets. But otherwise, yeah, your standard long range AA option. Moving on, we have the artillery tab. First of all, the Tulen Yotaya. Not sure if that's correct, but your observers, 2 submachine guns with the smoke grenades there. Recon radio. Only 3 available in phase A. You can't get them in any other phases, which is interesting. There is also artillery leaders. Again, just the final reminder that the artillery leader trait will change in the Men of Steel DLC, so that it will provide radio to tube artillery and reduce the dispersion as well to those units by 20%. So that's cool. And that only applies to tube artillery, not mortars, not rockets. But 2 available in A, 4 available in B, and 6 available in C. Then we have the 83.3mm artillery, the QF 18 pounder here. Comes with 4 damage shells, which is not too bad. This is an example of a gun that would benefit quite substantially from having an artillery leader nearby so that it can get the radio trait. It would also put it to 2 vet, so that would increase the rate of fire substantially as well. 5 available in A, 10 available in B, and 15 available in C. Then there's the 76 F22 Russian artillery piece, 4 available in A, 8 available in B, and 12 available in C. 83.8 damage HE shell on these. These have quite big dispersion, so again, another one that would benefit from having the radio nearby. Sometimes you can get radio with these in other divisions, but in this case not. We have 81mm mortars, 4 available in A, 8 available in B, and 12 available in C. Pretty standard stuff. And then there's also the Swedish version, which comes with the fanatical trait. Not really very useful for the fanatical trait for mortars, but it's there, and you might as well take it if you're planning to use 81mm mortars. There's the LEFH 18M, 3 available in A only, and can't be brought in with supply trucks or anything, but you know, decent 105mm. We've got the 120mm mortar. Just a reminder, you can't give these radio with artillery leaders, but yeah, only 2 available in A, 4 available in B, and 8 available in C. 120mm mortars can be useful if you use them en masse, but otherwise are not going to be as effective. Now we come to another artillery piece that would benefit massively from radio, the 122mm. These can be actually really useful with 6.1 damage, 3 available in A, 6 available in B, and 9 available in C. Also, the reduced dispersion that an artillery leader would bring would make these incredibly strong. So definitely use radios with these if you plan to. Then we got the 155mm artillery piece. The nice thing about these is you get 4 available in phase A, and then you get 6 in B and 8 in C. But that 4 in A is huge. It means that if you want to be an absolute arty spammer from the start of the game, you can. And this is one of those artillery pieces that allows you to do that. 7.75 damage. Very nice. There's also the SFH-18 available in this division. Only 1 available in A, 2 available in B, and 4 available in C. But there are 3 cards available of them, so you can have a lot of big artillery in this division. And that continues with the trend as we move on to the 152mm Russian artillery, the ML20, which has the 7.6 damage there. 1 available in A, 2 available in B, and 4 available in C. One thing you've got to notice is that some of these vehicles or some of these artillery pieces cannot be brought in with supply trucks. The 155 can be brought in with the RSO, which is the 15,000 supply vehicle. And so can the 150, but the 152 cannot. So you're going to be more reliant on the support tab if you choose to use those. But generally speaking, I think the 152 has slightly less dispersion than the SFH-18. I'm not entirely sure if that's correct, but my head tells me that's right. Finally, we have this huge thing. I think it's like a World War I artillery gun, somebody told me. A British artillery gun from the First World War or something like that. 203mm big chonker with 10 damage. This thing is pretty nuts, and it comes with radio, so that's nice. 1 available in A, 2 available in B, and 4 available in C. So you might as well bring these instead of the 152s, I would say, or the 150, just because of the caliber and the damage. But I'm yet to see what the dispersion is like, so that may be a bad recommendation. But yeah, these are all things that really need to be tested out. Finally, the air tab. We've got the Gauntlet as our Recon. Classic biplane. 360 km/h speed, excellent agility. Yeah, 2 available in A, 4 available in B. Actually a pretty fast biplane. The BF-109G8 as Recon. 2 available in A, 4 available in B with no vet. 610 km/h Recon aircraft. Its armament is very limited with the 2 13mm machine guns. But yeah, speedy Recon, bad resilience. Don't get it shot at by here. Then we have the Blenheims. Blenheims making a return here for the Finns, and they are available 4 in A, 6 in B, and 8 in C. For late game availability, it's pretty decent. Medium resilience, 420 km/h speed, relatively good payload for the price. Good old Blenheim. It's quite nice to use in the early game as well. BF-109 G6s are an option for fighters. This is the 20mm on the nose, 2 13mm machine gun variant. 590 km/h speed. You can get 4 in phase A, 8 in phase B, and 12 in phase C. Generally, I like to upvet these and also bring them in like more than one at a time if I'm ever going to use them, because they have potential to overshoot their target before they shoot them down, because their weapons are rather light overall. There is options for the Ju-87 D5 with the clusters and the cluster bombs. Really good for taking out tanks. These are incredibly reliable if they don't get hit by too much AA before they drop their bombs. 3 available in A, 4 available in B, and 6 available in C. Really, really strong early game anti-tank, because that's generally when there's less AA on the field. Either that or like extreme late game, once you've got the artillery on target of enemy AA. BF-109 G6R2s are available. These have a pretty meh payload. Like 450 kilogram bombs is okay, but it can be inconsistent. Like sometimes they kill the support weapons you want, but if like 2 bombs go off to the side, or like 1 bomb misses, sometimes they don't get the kill entirely, and you're left with like the one health AT guns, which end up killing all your tanks. That can be rather frustrating. So yeah, 3 available in A, 4 available in B, and 6 available in C. 105 points. Probably not your best choice here. DB3F, your classic IL-3, I believe this is. 2 500 kilogram bombs is the payload. 365 km/h speed with very good resilience. 1 available in A, 4 available in B, and 6 available in C. So the availability ramps up quite a bit into Phase B, which could be a choice here. There's also the Ju-88 though, which comes with 4 250kg bombs, 2 available in B, and 4 available in C. 385 km/h speed with very good resilience. So you get an extra 20 km/h speed, bit of a different payload, like 4 250s instead of 2 500s. 2 500s, they're good for killing infantry more and support weapons, and then like 4 250s, honestly kind of the same. The 250s are more spread out though, so they can cause more suppression, whereas the 2 500s, they also cause a lot of suppression, but more in a circle, whereas these do it more in a line. That's generally the difference there. These would probably be more effective at killing tanks, to be honest, as well, as long as they direct hit. Then we have the Focke-Wulf 190, and this is really going to be your option for killing tanks in the sky, at least. These are awesome. The Focke-Wulf 190 F8, which has the medium resilience, and they have the Panzerblitz rockets. So 12 of those. They get 2 damage per. Pretty effective at taking out enemy tanks. So yeah, probably going to be a late game option for AT in this division. Finally, let's take a quick look at the defenses. Barbed wire, gun pits, trenches. You get bunkers with Maxims in them. There's bunkers with Solitherns, 45mm AT gun bunkers, and 75mm bunkers. And that is your lot for the 17th Divisioona. Here is a battle group that I made earlier. In Phase A, I went for the 4 Takaamboya for my Recon, making good use out of them, and we got the Kevos to fill in the mid to late game. Infantry tab, I did go for the Yakari. I've got some 16 in there in Phase A as well, with 1 vet, and the Kavari with the radio. And then I've also got the Iskarychma in Phase A and in Phase B. Got 16 in Phase B as well. These are your close range, of course. There's the Iskarychma, and then the standard 16 are your sort of line infantry. I've got more radios on these leaders in Phase B, and then in Phase C we're going for Pioneeri, accompanying more 16. In the tank tab, of course, bringing in the T26E, and I'm going to be bringing in 2 vet Sturmies, because I just feel like having the 2 vet on like Stug 3s is really important for getting their rate of fire up and trading well with medium tanks. In the support tab, bringing in both cards of these BT-42s, very useful for taking out support guns and AT at range, and also are an option for AT with the flame rounds. And I'm also choosing to bring in Maxims with the fanatical trait instead of the disheartened ones. Anti-tank, I've gone for the 45mm AT in Phase A. I've got the tank in Toyota, of course. Really nice options for AT. 10 strength Panzerschreck squads is always nice, and then of course the Pak 40s, maximum availability for them, please. Then we've got anti-air Vekotin in Phase A, bringing them at 1 vet to make them super strong once you give them leaders. I've got the 40mm Bofors in Phase B, again at 1 vet, and then the Vickers in Phase C to provide anti-tank potential, and also of course anti-air in the late game. We've got the artillery tab. I'm bringing in fanatical 81mm. I'm bringing in 122 artillery. I'm definitely bringing in artillery leaders. Those artillery leaders in Phase B, I'm going to spread between all of these 122s, and then I'm going to use the radios from the Kavari leaders to give me radio on the front line, and then Phase C, get the big chonkers in, the 203s, of course. In the air tab, going to be bringing in the Bf-109G8 for recon aircraft so that the blends can get some nice early bombing strikes in. Double Bf-109 in Phase A. For fighters, Ju-87 D5s as well there for anti-tank purposes, and then I've got Focke-Wulf 190 F8s in Phase B and the DB3F IL3s in Phase C, and that's your lot. Overall, it's going to be an interesting division infantry wise, and incredibly strong infantry wise, I reckon, but going to struggle against armor. The other thing that's pretty cool about this division is you can build it more disheartened. So in the infantry tab, if you choose to go for like the Prekatilainen a bit more than the 16, or maybe like instead of me bringing Yakari, I just kind of spam the disheartened infantry, that would be a way to go about it. But otherwise, that's it for now. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this look at the 17th Divisioona, and enjoyed the video. But that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.